I have one thing in my mind. That's war. Sometimes in life, no matter how far you go, always remember where you came from. And I'll put it like this analogy. It's like building a phenomenal skyscraper, and after 10 years you've got to go back and do your renovations and refurbs. Look at the nooks and the cracks in the building, and that's what I've had to do. We built a phenomenal empire, but it's time to go back to what motivated me. I can't wait to get back in that ring and give it my all. I've done the boxing sweet science. It's not wasted time, but I've got to throw it in the mix. It's not one or the other. It's all or nothing.
Boxing absolutely razor sharp tonight.
Less is more. Less talk, more action. As we always say, the fists do the talking. And also, it's like respect is important as well. So, you can never twist my words if I don't say too much. You know what you're getting when you deal with me. I'll fight anyone, anytime, any place. Bring me the best. I don't need to talk. It's not about the finances. We fought them all. People have been happy. It's not about the hype. We bring that. We do a lot of promotion of boxing anyway, so people know what they're getting with me. So I thought I don't need to do too much talking. And I feel like this time around, I've noticed a lot of people talk and there's questions. Is Joshua still hungry? Is he motivated? He's got 100 billion in his account. Is he the same geezer? And it's like all these questions, and it's like, you see me, I ain't changed. All that's happened is that I've learned. I studied a lot of boxing IQ, and I tried to adapt my style to become more of an intelligent, slick boxer, which is when I look at the greats and the boxing icons and analysts of the sport, the sweet science of boxing is hit and don't get hit. But that style does not change someone's heart and passion towards their craft, no way. But it's just their IQ tries to get better. So I tried to doctrinate boxing and try and become smart, because I realized at a young age and early stage in my career, I started seeing I'm fighting the best back to back. I weren't taking on warm-up fights, interim fights. It was like back to back, champion after champion, and then I started realizing I need to get better if I'm gonna last at this level, because you don't always wanna fight with your heart and fire as a heavyweight. I ain't gonna have a brain cell left when I'm done. You know what I mean? If I'm getting smashed in my face every time, bang, 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 and I'm going to war every time, before you know it, my reflexes are gone, my power's gone, my speech is gone. So I started trying to be smarter, that hit, lay back, counter, roll, counter. But ultimately, I think after going through that experience where time hasn't been wasted, I feel what I've learned from my last fight is it's important to have that boxing IQ, but in a fight, it's a spirit that you can't switch off. You have to have that fighter spirit. This is not just boxing. You can't, that's the amateur system, because it's 3 rounds. But over a 12-round fight, I have to go back to that spirit that I have deep within me, you know what I mean? And not focus so much on the boxing IQ. And then with Usyk, it felt like my first loss, because in my head, it wasn't about, I didn't find anything out after. It was just all about self-accountability, man. For me, it was just self-accountability, and it don't mean that I stomach losses. I don't stomach losses and be like, yeah, I'm all right, guys, yeah. I took the loss, I'll be back, guys, yeah. Yeah, I'm just gonna go down Novikov this weekend and have a little drink, and yeah, I'll be back in a couple of weeks. Fuck that, mate. I was on the next plane to the States, spoke to all my team. We've had some awkward conversations within the camp. I ain't got a big team. Everyone's had to be checked, and we've had some open convos, and I'm not gonna lie, it hurts, bro. It hurts. Like, especially when you've got a winner's mentality, you know what I mean? The only thing that keeps me going, not the only, but one of the things that keep me going, I remember as an amateur when I lost. And I just remember, if I would have given up then, I would have never been in this position now. And that's why I keep on firing and fighting and stay motivated, because I know from experience and track record, my mindset and my evaluation of losses and how I use them, it can catapult me to the next level. And I have no regrets on the situation. As annoying as it is, as pissed off as I am, I can't say I regret it, but I can say I know you can't have any regrets in life, Muka. You know why? Because regrets keep you down, keep you in the dumps. And that's not where anyone wants to be. It's too much mental fatigue and mental pressure, mate. It will ruin you. And I'm too young, too vibrant, too positive to have that kind of regret in my life. I'm a fucking winner, bro. I got myself to the championship. This is my 12th championship fight. I just need to keep on learning. It's no good for me to go and sit on a beach in Africa or the Caribbean or Dubai right now. You know, I need to get out and put myself back in the gym and continue to learn. And then with Usyk, I have one thing in my mind. That's war. That's murder. That's war. That's go out there and hurt the guy and take his soul to the point that he wants to give up. That's what boxing's about. I've learned that. You hit people constantly and you keep on applying a certain amount of pressure, and before they know it, they'll realize you aren't going anywhere. You're here to stay. So with the game plan, that's all I have in my mind at the minute is that one track. Stay on course. Take this guy to places that you don't want to go. And the game plan for the coaches, let them come up with it. I ain't got time to be sitting there studying this guy a million times and looking at every tape and analysing. Let the coaches feed me with that information. I'm a product of the environment I place myself in. If my coach tells me box on the back foot, I can box on the back foot. And if I'm inspiring and they're saying, stop moving forward, what are you doing? Get back on your back foot. A fighter will tend to box more on their back foot. I like to soak up information. I'm a sponge. I'm a fast learner in that sense. So if you feed me with the right information, I could just soak it up. As I said, I've got the right team around me and they're just feeding me with information. You're a product of your environment, whoever's teaching you, but the mindset is something that I control. So all I know is that with my mindset, it's just not on this it's important to have, but I'm not on this jab, sit back, counter, hit, don't get hit, slip there. It is boxing, but it's at heavyweight boxing, it's war as well. There is no hit and not get hit. You've got to sometimes walk through punches. I'm coming for them belts, boy. You're gonna see the raft of the new champ. Different energy, different spirit, coming to win. I tried to learn boxing, stick and move, isolating the sweet science of the sport, doctrinating my style, but we're going back to the raw, rugged streets. That's where I belong. I never followed no athletes growing up, no movie stars. I followed the hustlers, the Rayful Edmonds, the Nicky Barnes, the Big Meaches, the Larry Hoovers. You understand me? They're the people that gave me that inspiration, the ones that came up from the streets to the top of the world, the empires, the bangers, the hustlers. That's what's fueling me again.